Big Z Reviews. X is a new horror slasher from director and writer Ty West, and I really enjoyed it.
I'm looking for a place to stay.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's one ugly son of a bitch.
And my wife, her was next door, so I would appreciate a little discretion.
So I've really enjoyed Ty West's other films, especially The Innkeepers and The House of the Devil. And I mean, he hasn't kind of made a horror film like this in a while. And I was really looking forward to it. Like, the first week it came out, it didn't come out at my local theater. And this past week it did. So I went to see it, and I really loved it. I mean, it's a great slasher, exploitation sort of flick. And I love it that it's it embraces the genre, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. Because I know there are bits apart where they're almost breaking the fourth wall, and I kind of love that aspect of it. I also too I love how so many horror films open with cold open, and I don't mind it, but I always hate it when they spoil stuff. And this one, X started out with a cold open, and they go back 24 hours earlier, but it doesn't spoil anything. All you know is that a lot of shit goes down at this farmhouse. You see these cops are roaming around the scene, all you see is a lot of blood, and a body covered by a sheet, so you have no idea who the body is. And and then they go to the basement and see something horrifying in the basement. And then that's when, you jump back in time and the actual movie starts. And I love that kind of cold open, because you know that shit's gonna go down. And I think that helps too, because, for the first almost half of the film, it's about kind of a comedic drama about these group of young people trying to film an artistic porno that because the home VHS home videos are making it so that a lot of people, you can make money and can watch a smut at home, because it's set in the 70s, I believe. So but of course at a certain point it turns, and when it turns, I loved how it turned, because essentially they decide to go, they rent a boarding house at this farm, and they don't tell the old couple that own the farmhouse and the additional house that they're renting that they're planning on making a porno. And that I love the aspect. I'm not going to spoil stuff, but you don't know what to expect. You keep thinking that what is going on, who is going to be the murderer, or how is this going to work. And when it does, it's oh, I love it. So I think that the two main stars of the film are Mia Goth as Maxine or Pearl, and Britney Snow as Bobby Lynn. They're the club owner and porno directors, Martin Henderson playing Wayne. They're his two top girls at the strip club he owns, and they're gonna go make the porno. And it's starring also Kid Cudi as Jackson. And then you have Owen Campbell as RJ, who is the filmmaker, and his girlfriend Jenna Ortega as Lorraine, who's gonna be the sound girl. But there's I love how they're trying to make art, but it's no one cares. No one cares about the sex, you know. And but there's some great moments there, but they show a lot of it too. I mean, there's no super graphic stuff. It's strictly R, but I mean there are a lot of boobies, and there's a shadow of a penis at some point, but there's just, that's kind of this whole setup. Well, there's so many moments leading up to the start of the slasher. A lot of times there's a couple things where people are being watched, or Mia Goth, she may be in peril while she's swimming in the lake. That you see the filmography of Ty West is really great. he has like a faraway shots. And a lot of times he does a lot, intersperses different things, does weird cuts. It goes like back and forth between them. Like, it's some really interesting filmmaking here. And like, it's so funny too, but like, it kind of like, what he's doing is like, he's messing with the viewer too. Is like the whole idea that they're trying to make like something, a special kind of porno, but then at the same time they're also just making a porno. And I think Ty West is trying to make a special kind of slasher, but at the same time, in the end, he's just making another slasher. Like, he knows it, like, it's self-aware, and I love that. And I love Mia Goth as a Maxine Pearl, and also I really like Brittany Snow, but like, she is like famous from, you know, the Pitch Perfect series, and they do give her one song in this movie, but like, she does, other than that song, that her character does not resemble that at all. Like, she's almost kind of like a Marilyn Monroe-esque stripper porn star. And like, but there's like, all the writing is very smart and interesting. And like, I'd love to talk about some aspects of the killer, but I think to talk about it is to kind of fully spoil it, because it's not really, isn't like a twist, but like, it's maybe not what you expect. Like, I was expecting something else, and then when it turned out, you find out who the killer is going to be, it's like, oh, but how, what about this part? And then, like, the movie answers that in the climax, and I love, like, at one point you almost think it might be anticlimactic, what it does, but at the same time, I absolutely love it, because, like, it kind of answers the viewer's questions about how this would all work. Because by the climax, I love what happens, and I mean, it's gory, but none of it is like, it's not super gory. Like, I've definitely seen a lot gorier stuff, but there's a little bit of gore, but they don't focus on it too much. It's really not about the gore, but there's just it becomes like, it's a really great slasher. Like, it's not like genre defining, but it is really fun. And if you're a fan of horror and slasher films, I think you'll love this. I'll probably give it like an 8.75, maybe even like a 9 out of 10. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.